Hey everyone! I'm still in the middle of obsessing about harvesting as many blackberries as physically possible, but here's an episode! Blackberries are pretty much everywhere I look in my little corner of BC, and I really try to take advantage of that. Blackberries grow throughout disturbed soils in North America, and they're easy to identify because most people have picked them or bought them at a grocery store before. But what we're looking for is a glossy blackberry with a solid core, versus raspberries and salmonberries that have a hollow core. What's not to love about them? They're superfoods, rich in vitamins A, C, and K, as well as bioflavonoids and fiber. They have a long and storied 4,000-year medicinal history, and they've been used to treat so many ailments over the years. But recently, they've been used in cosmetic treatments to combat wrinkles. I'm like the Bubba Gump of blackberries. I eat them every single day, in pretty much every way you can imagine. Fruit leather, jams, pies, sorbet, bread, muffins, cereal, granola bars, smoothies, eating straight up bowls of them, you name it, I eat it. One of the best ways to preserve the berries is in a fruit leather. When it's completely dry and stored in the fridge, these things last several months, and they're a really great snack.
And sweet in both the literal and figurative sense.
Now let's move on to other ways you can use blackberries. One of the best and simplest ways is to clip some young leaves, dry them in the oven, crumble the whole mess up, and drink it as a tea. The mildly astringent tea is almost exactly the same as raspberry leaf tea, and it's used for the same reasons. It can be bitter, but when blended with a bit of dried mint or a spoon of honey or both, it's a lovely evening tea, and it's safe to drink daily. As for beauty treatments, you can use the plant for that too. A really simple brightening mask is 1 teaspoon of blackberries, 1 teaspoon honey, and 1 teaspoon yogurt. Mix it all up, smoosh it on your face. Bonus, eat the rest. Now that we know what we know about blackberries, here's a plant that you might not know about. False lily of the valley. False lily of the valley, or FLOV as I will now call it, is native to the North American west coast, as well as Japan, Pacific coastal Russia, and the Aleutians. It's a pretty cool plant with waxy, oval-shaped leaves with a heart-shaped base. If you watch Breaking Bad, you'll know that lily of the valley is a poisonous plant, but FLOV is not. Here's how to easily tell the two apart. Lily of the valley has bell-shaped flowers that smell great. The leaves are long and slender, not oval-shaped, and they don't have a heart indent. The berries are red. Do not eat them! FLOV flowers are light and star-shaped, like baby's breath or ocean spray. And they don't really smell like anything. Maybe kind of like wet newspapers if I'm really reaching here. But the main difference here is in the berries. FLOV berries are the weirdest fruits ever. They're brown and speckled and super hard. Locally, they're called frog berries or snake berries because frogs and snakes love to eat them. Nutritionally, not much is known about this plant. Historically, FLOV was eaten, but it wasn't highly prized. When the berries are ripe, they turn kind of pinky red, but natives picked them before they were ripe and stored them in water. For what reason, I can't really be sure, but I decided to replicate the method since I thought the berries might be gone when I found them again. If you try to eat them before they're ripe, they're just tasteless and super crunchy. I put them in a jar with water, I sealed up the jar, and I waited. I changed the water every other day for about 9 days, and lo and behold, they changed color. When finally ripe, they looked kind of like red grapes. However, the taste... They were so unusual. They were crunchy, very mild. They tasted like aftertaste. Not like much. We decided the best way to eat these was in a really awesome smoothie, but we could still kind of weirdly taste them despite being blended with powerful tasting fruits. I guess I'll let the frogs keep these ones. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this episode, and I hope that you're out there harvesting as many blackberries as you can. We'll see you next week with our next plant, and in the meantime, happy foraging.